Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and before we get into the top 5 video, I gotta quickly apologize for not uploading on Friday. It's not like me to not upload 2 days out of the week. Usually it's just Monday. Just nothing that we need to get into right now, because now it's finally time to get into the top 5 video, which is gonna be looking at the top 5 best passive abilities. Y'all are just so persistent on not voting for the top 5 best workshop game modes. Like, don't you want to look at the best of the best creative modes from the community? I'm just saying it might allow you to have a little bit more fun when it comes to Overwatch, but nonetheless, maybe that could be next week's top 5 video. But this week we gotta look at passive abilities, something that not a lot of people really appreciate up until, well, it gets taken away from them from a hacking Sombra. So that's why I'm making this video, for you guys to really appreciate some of these passive abilities when it comes to these heroes, because I really think that these specific abilities make or break some of these heroes. But before I enhance your appreciation for some of these passive abilities, it's time to vote. Oh, that's right, everyone's least favorite time, because gosh dang it, y'all disappoint me. Vote in the top right hand corner for next week's top 5 episode between the top 5, the top 5 worst passive abilities. I figure we're doing the best, now it's time to vote for possibly the worst. Now, probably the worst. But now that we got past my least favorite part of the video, now it's time for the meat and potatoes of the video, which is ranking the best passive abilities in Overwatch. And not every single hero in the game has a passive ability like Soldier, McCree, Ashe. They're just regular heroes with nothing that has like an ability that's happening behind the scenes. But when you look at heroes like Reaper and Sombra and Junkrat, you know, they have their abilities, but then they have that special thing that is only unique to them, and that's where we're going to be ranking them. Sometimes the passive ability can be extremely useful, that can make them even a better hero, and sometimes the passive ability is just straight up cool and also useful, and that's where the 5th best passive ability in Overwatch comes into play, because ladies and gentlemen, at the number 5 spot is going to be Lucio's wall ride passive ability. Does this help Lucio get in more kills? Not necessarily. Does this make him look like the coolest hero in all of Overwatch? Oh yeah, baby! You cannot deny that this is the dopest passive ability in the whole entire game. Being able to have this little frog boy that has this sonic gun and has music controlling his speed or his heals, and then being able to use his skates to wall ride everywhere, to be that annoying jumping frog that no one can kill, yeah, it's gonna be a deserving spot on the top 5 list. Now, while Lucio is an extremely unique hero, I mean a hero that speeds you up based on music, but can also heal you and make you feel at home and soft, like a mother's hug with his heal song, he can also zoom around on the freaking wall, bro. So there are so many unique aspects about Lucio that I don't think he gets enough appreciation for when it comes to the diversity of the hero roster, and this is definitely one of them. Take away the wall riding ability and it'll still be a dope hero, but the fact that it's a passive ability, something that you don't think twice about, I think is a deserving spot to begin this top 5 list of the best passive abilities. But while Lucio's passive ability is more or less just a cool passive ability, with the secondary part being actually helpful for the hero itself, the 4th best passive ability in Overwatch is all about helping the hero be a better hero, and this is going to be Doomfist's the best defense passive ability. Now, if you guys don't know his passive or don't pay attention, the best defense allows Doomfist to gain a little bit of shield every single time he does melee damage, whether it's from his Doomfist, his uppercut, or his seismic slam. Now, it's not going to be much, it's going to be dependent on how much damage he actually deals, but that's where the combos comes into play, and this is where good Doomfist players become great Doomfist players when they utilize the best defense passive ability. Doomfist is a very low HP hero to begin with, and on top of that, he's a flank hero, so he's having to get in the mix of everything and leave himself vulnerable, just like me with every single girl I meet. But he has to leave himself vulnerable to be able to succeed as a flank hero. Well, the good Doomfist players are going to be able to utilize this passive ability to not only secure those kills that he's supposed to get, but also survive, because they're comboing the abilities, allowing him to increase his HP pool from like the 200 to like the 350, I think even 400 range, if you use your abilities correctly. So that's why I really really like this passive ability because it makes or breaks literally Doofus. Like, if you do not use this passive ability correctly, it will break you. Where Doofus is supposed to be the one that breaks you, but you're breaking yourself just like me after a breakup. So yeah, is this a cool passive ability? Not necessarily. Is it a helpful one? Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. You ever had a 350 HP Doomfist coming at you that you just can't stop because he was comboing? Yeah, that's what makes this a good passive ability. But now when we look at the third best passive ability in Overwatch, this might be something that a lot of Genji players might think they're utilizing, but you're not. I promise you, you're not. And this is gonna be Genji's Cyber Agility. This is the reason why Genji is the better brother out of the two, because Cyber Agility not only allows Genji to climb up the walls, just like Hanzo, but allows him to double jump. Now, before Hanzo's change with that stupid little leap, like, he wasn't able to double jump. Here, Genji's able to double jump, wall, climb, everything. Like, it is such a cool passive ability, but it's also an extremely useful one that actually helps him get kills. Now, just like Lucio, it doesn't necessarily secure the kill for Genji if you were just a double jump and wall climb, but what allows it to do is put Genji in a position to be able to chain dash, be able to focus a squishy, being able to just be agile and not so easily targetable, and that's what I really appreciate about this ability, that it would kind of make Genji a useless hero if he didn't have it. He would be so easy to target, but the good Genji players are that annoying, jumpy Genji frog, sort of like Lucio, but being able to also utilize the wall climb, just be this annoying person that you can't easily target because this passive ability is taking place right in front of you. So that's what I love about this passive, is that only the great Genji players, and you're gonna see that a lot with some of these passive abilities, but only the great godlike Genji players are gonna truly utilize Cyber Agility. That's why I said some Genji players, yeah, they might utilize it. They might double jump in front of a Zenyatta every once in a while, but the ones that can double jump, wall climb, shoot shurikens, then wall climb some more, those are the good Genji players that you just love to see, that you just ooze at the mouth and you just want to be, and you think you are, but you're not. Just like me. But up until this point, we really haven't talked about a passive ability that broke the game of Overwatch. Maybe when it came to Doofus and the best defense passive, but that was just literally when he was an unstoppable force and then he got nerfed. This literally created an unstoppable force. It literally created a meta that we thought and still is broken to this very day. So ladies and gentlemen, the second best passive ability in all of Overwatch is going to be Brigitta and her Inspire passive ability. Now, whether you love it or hate it, probably hate it, you cannot deny that this passive ability makes Brigitta who she is, because she's not going to be a great DPS hero and also a great healer at the same time without Inspire. What is she going to do? Give you a health pack? Psh, psh, we don't want that. What is she going to do? Tickle you with your little flare? Psh, who cares about... Oh, you can heal while you're DPSing too. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here comes goats. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is why you ran Brigitta as a third healer, because she wasn't a great DPS to begin with, and she wasn't a great healer to begin with, and she's still not, up until you get everyone in a tight little circle around the speeding Lucio song, and you're just hitting and whacking everything, and you're getting healed at the same time. Now, before the Brigitta nerfs with her shield bash, she did also have Inspire activated at that point too, so after that change, Inspire did get a little less useful, but it was still extremely useful to the point where Goats is still being ran and Brigitta is still a useful hero if everyone is together. It's an AoE heal. It only works as an AoE heal, so everyone has to stay together. You can't just go running off in front of us, Genji. Like, why don't you? And that's why I put her at the number 2 spot, is that without this passive ability, she would be a very forgettable hero, because she wouldn't really be considered a great healer. She would be an alright DPS and a tank. Psh, don't even consider it, bruh. But now, we have to talk about the number 1 passive ability. This is something that team wipes entire teams. This is something that makes this hero an unstoppable force, and something that you fear late at night and that you have nightmares about. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 passive ability in all of Overwatch is gonna be Junkrat's Total Mayhem!
No. Junkrat mains really want that to be number one, and they will argue, and I definitely want to hear your arguments. Now, the number one passive ability is Zarya's energy. So something that you guys might not know is that Zarya does have a passive ability. When it comes to her bubbles, just her regular ability, they're just bubbles. They're just regular old bubbles, but it's up until you actually shoot those bubbles that the passive ability actually activates and it builds her charge. So not only does this help Zarya, but it helps other people out because, well, now they're getting protection. And like these other passive abilities, the good, great, godlike Zarya players are going to utilize the bubble, but also utilize the energy properly, because not only do you have to consider when you're going to be able to get the most energy, but when to pop off as Zarya. You can't just go in there balls deep with only 10 energy, bruh, what you gonna do with that little skitty beam? But if you just wait a little bit, maybe give a bubble to your Reinhardt and then go in and be aggressive with your own bubble, then you got 80 charge, then you can team wipe the enemy team. Start off with the Diva and then start off with the Reinhardt shield, then you grab them, then you kill them all by yourself because your team is so useless, and it's all due to the fact that you have the number one passive ability, which is energy. Now, I don't consider Zarya for a lot of top 5 lists when it comes to like skins and cosmetic items, but when it comes to the actual usefulness of her gameplay, whether it's her ultimate, whether it's her regular abilities, or in this case the passive ability, she's always going to be high on the list because of how useful she is. I truly feel like a godlike Zarya player can lead a team to victory because she can do so much. She can be the DPS hero, she can be the off tank, she can sometimes, not always, but sometimes be the main tank. She controls the pace of the game depending on how much energy she has, depending on when her grab is going on, whenever she has a team bubble to allow your team to go in and be aggressive and open up the door. That is what you need to consider when you think about the number one passive ability, is how it not only makes or breaks the hero itself, but also defines the game of Overwatch. You kind of play around the Zarya, and it's all dependent on her passive. It's all dependent on the energy that she has. Those bubbles, they're just regular bubbles, but it gives her charge, gives you protection, does the damage, builds her grab. It just does so much, and that's why it's the number one passive ability. But maybe you guys disagree, and that's what the comments are for. I feel like a lot of people forget that they don't have to hate the video because there's already so much hate in the world. So why do you want to come to my video and hate me? Come on, I'm a sensitive boy. So just leave a comment down below saying, I disagree, but here's my top 5 passive abilities. And I swear to God, if I see something like a Genji dash, something that literally isn't a passive ability, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna legit, and I already cry a lot. So if I see that, oh, anyway guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.